Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1 to 55 scale Matchbox Lotus Elise, produced from 1999 to 2007 as number MB440. As you can see, mine's got some paint chips on it and is sorely lacking in detail other than the tampos on the side. I want you to make note of a couple of special builds that I've got coming up in the next few weeks. While you're here, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of them, and that'll give you a reminder of what's coming up, mostly on Saturdays for me. I disassembled the Elise quite easily. There was nothing to write home about in that part of the journey. But here you've seen I put a little lubricating oil on top of the post before I drill them out. I use a 1mm drill bit, Euro size, and then I test fit the base with some 256 screws early on in the project, so I don't have to scratch up any paint doing this at the end, and everything fits just as it should. So I take it into my spray booth with the ventilation fan on, and I'm wearing a mask. This wicked paint stripper works so fast I hardly have time to set up the camera. Okay, today's community shout out goes to Charles Diecast Garage, where you're going to see lots of shorts style videos, unboxing, some of his custom work. Channel's only been up for about 4 months, so I'm inviting you to follow the link in the description and get all caught up with what Charles is doing. And he comments on all the other videos that I watch, so let's return the love and help each other grow these great channels. Thanks so much for doing that. You saw me take down some of the rough edges with my files. Now it's all ready to go into the primer stage. I generally use a generic spray can right off the hardware store shelf, and it does just a fine job. Here's a stage I don't always show you, but it's absolutely essential in my opinion. After the first primer, I take some wet-dry sandpaper and go over the entire casting, removing any blisters or pimples or air bubbles that I find. And why not take an extra 4 minutes to do that, because when you get to this stage, which is the paint application, you want it to go on as good and clean a canvas as possible, don't you? And you'll be happy that you took that extra couple of minutes of preparation time. Speaking of preparing, I always peruse the Google images to look for a paint scheme that appeals to me. And I have decided on this British Racing Green with the very sharp and standout yellow stripes. That requires some careful masking with my Tamiya brand masking tape, which has a kind of a low stick to it. I should say I always do a clear coat over top of the base color and let that set up before I do any masking. I stirred up some British Racing Green that I've got. It had been sitting for a while, so I thought that would be an important step. Just get it well mixed. And of course it requires several coats. This was the mist coat and now the top coat that goes on. Within about 20 minutes before the paint is dry, it's still tacky. I carefully unmask it and I'm pretty pleased with how well it came out. Now the tail end of this has so many contours in the casting that it's going to require a little bit of touch up with either the yellow or the green, but that's no big problem. That's often the case, but I've got a good base to start with. The Elise has a fiberglass body shell on an aluminum chassis that provides a rigid platform for the suspension while keeping weight and production costs to a minimum. Because of this low weight of only 1,598 pounds, it was able to accelerate 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.8 seconds. That also helps with braking and cornering too. It's a fine sports car. I've got one of my finest detail brushes out and some flat black going on these air vents on the hood and the rear deck lid. And the back has several. Quite an interesting model, this Elise. The original Matchbox wheels had raised lettering, do you see that? But I'm going to save them, put them away for another project, and I pulled out a set of Samet wheels, also raised lettering. The difference in this case is they're real rubber and the tires can be removed, which is important because I want to paint the rims in the same yellow as the body stripes, just like you see here in these Google images. A couple of coats of paint go on there and some clear coat before I replace the rubber. And these are going to look the business. I haven't changed the axles or the ride height, didn't need to, they were just right. Doesn't that look sharp? Final details on the Elise include Tamiya clear orange for the rear blinkers or indicators and clear red for the brake lights. I have a set of these ladies' fingernail decorating instruments. They have a little round ball on the end in different sizes, and that makes them perfect for this kind of application. Channel logo is the final step, almost always on the bottom of the chassis. Great metal base on there, did I mention that? This is one of those projects that just gave me no hassle at all. So I put it back together, just 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And you remember I did a dry fit on the chassis at the very beginning, so there's no surprise here when my screws go back in perfectly, as they should, to lock it all down tight. This was a fun project. And it looks like this. Beautiful high gloss finish after 2 or 3 coats of clear. I don't think I showed you that I made the headlights out of decals where I could put a little bit of detail on there, so just watch for them to show up as I turn this over in my hands a few times for you. No detail on the base to speak of. I love how the rims turned out, matching the body stripes. Really pleased overall with the final results, because it was chipped up and worn out as you would expect a model that's 20 plus years old. But look at that. Absolutely beautiful. You say Lotus, I say British Racing Green. And I think I got a beautiful effect like that. Shows up very well in the different dioramas, and the stance is perfect. It's just a great looking little sports car. Don't you agree? I hope you enjoyed this. It's going to go to my local Goodwill store as a gift for a little boy or girl, as all my customs go. So I want to say thank you for visiting today, and please don't forget to check out Charles Diecast Garage by following the link in the description. Thank you for visiting my channel today. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.